1-800-395-1601. This is raved about not only by me, and I use it in my home consistently, but so many people have come back to QVC.com, written reviews on it. It is fabulous. And here's the thing I want you to know, is that we offer it, and I want somebody to check. I'm not sure we have any blue left. Do we? I have black, cinnamon, and white. Is there blue too? Okay, maybe. We have it in, yeah, I didn't think we did. Okay, so we only have 3 colors, the black, the white, and the cinnamon color, which, by the way, the cinnamon would look good with that gloss cinnamon when it comes to KitchenAid. And then inside this cooking system, which will brown your meat, you can use it like an oven, you stovetop, you can use it like a slow cooker. It also comes with a loaf pan, it comes with a baking pan, it comes with a rack, and also 2 different utensils of spoons, or big spoonula, kind of like a spatula, and then also a couple of big meat forks you can see there. Plus a cookbook right here that has 150 recipes that are all developed and tested right here in this Ninja cooker. Now, it's not just a slow cooker, it might look like one, but here's the best part. It browns and it's an oven. So take a look. If you were going to buy this somewhere else, we would be talking about, let me just check that out. Total retail value, $186. We have it at a featured price of $159.12. So obviously we're saving you some money, and let's do it even better by putting it on the 6 monthly easy payments of $26.52. This is our good friend Bob Warden, who's been at QVC for a long time, bringing us great products for the kitchen.
Hey,
Bob,
Mary Beth.
great to see you.
Well, I know you love this, and I know that our QVC audience loves it. And I always tell people, go to QVC.com and read the reviews, because I learn so much from them how people are using it. But of course, we designed this to do something brand new, as well as old-fashioned cooking, like slow cooking, but browning. But here we are using it as a skillet. So on the front of this, you'll see we have a setting, low, medium, and high skillet setting. And we use that to brown before slow cooking. We also use it to brown before steam roasting. And that's what we're doing now. I took about 5 minutes, and I browned this roast before I'm going to roast it. You say, well, why did I do that? I said, because I'm going to roast it not with dry heat. I'm going to roast it with moist heat. Wow. So now I'm adding stock in here. I'm going to add aromatics, which through the steam are going to flavor the meat, right?
Some garlic.
That's right. And then I'm going to add back the beef. Now, if you'll come around front here, you'll notice that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the skillet setting, right past the slow cook, high and low, right past the buffet setting, which we'll get to later, but to the oven setting. It defaults to 350. Then I can set the time, which is only going to take 55 minutes to cook this roast.
And this is really, is it a roast or a prime rib? Or?
It's a prime rib roast, but the same thing with chicken. It's going to cook it in about half the time. And you say, why? Remember, steam gives up its heat almost twice as fast as the dry oven. The other thing that happens with a dry oven, of course, as the meat is cooking, it is drying out. So
in an oven.
That's right. In a minute, we're going to slice this prime rib, and even the well-done piece on the outside, you'll notice is just full. Look at that. I'm just pushing on it. Look at that moisture.
Right.
That's because we cooked it with steam, unlike a dry oven that everybody has at home, that big space in which the meat, roast chicken, loses so much of its moisture. Now, what we're also going to do is that stock that we use to provide the steam is also now been reduced.
Right.
The aromatics have cooked down, they've infused the roast with their flavor, and now we can use this to make our garlic flavored gravy.
Oh, wow.
So normally I'd smash that garlic, but we don't have time here on TV, so I'm just going to make it whole. Add in our stock with a little bit of cornstarch.
And you can do that because it has the stovetop
Right,
setting.
so we come back from oven, we turn it back to the stovetop setting, and now while the roast is resting, it automatically makes your gravy all in one pot.
It's amazing. Let me just remind you what you get here. We have it in 3 colors, the white, the black. Oh, we got it. No, I'm going back to the meat. Forget the colors. Let's go back to the
Okay, so you notice that even this well-done piece on the outside, just by pushing down on it, you'll see, look at all that moisture piling out of there. So now, when I slice it, you would expect that the outside pieces that are medium well would be dry, but they're not, because unlike your big box of a dry oven, which would cook this for 2.5 hours, we've cooked it in 55 minutes in a steam environment, infused it with flavor. The first time you eat a roast cooked in a Ninja, Oh, you just go
It's
crazy.
the best, isn't it?
It is so, it just, you see that.
So tender.
You see that well done piece is just like swimming in moisture. It's just
so true.
almost unbelievable until you taste it the first time and that juice comes popping out into your mouth. And of course you got that gravy. So take a taste of that. See how moist that is.
Hang on one second. Okay.
So you cook it faster, you cook it moister, you infuse it with flavor. You only get one pot dirty, right? And it goes into the dishwasher.
So good. Sorry. Big piece. Who's used to cutting up for David? But tell us exactly what we get and why.
Okay, so most important, you get this cookbook. All 150 recipes in here were prepared for the Ninja 3-in-1. So that every recipe here, including the 50 recipes that you can do meals in 30 minutes or less, all of the slow cooking recipes where you can brown first, all of the steam baking, the steam roasting recipes, the entrees, desserts, they're all in here made especially for the Ninja 3-in-1.
They're easy to do. You're gonna make 30-minute meals in here. This is just an awesome piece. We have the cinnamon, the black and the white, and then what are those accessories?
Okay, so we've got our steam baking pan. You can use that for cakes, which we'll talk about when we have time. This is your loaf pan, which you can do bread, you can do meatloafs. We have our two special utensils that are crooked, so they can reach right down inside, and then our lifting forks, which everybody likes.
And the thing is, you're gonna use these not just for meats, you're gonna use them for desserts. You do your cherry cobbler in here. It can be cooking while everybody's sitting at the table eating. And over again, the first thing I ever did in my Ninja was make meatballs, my own homemade meatballs, brown them in the Ninja, then add my spaghetti sauce, and you can actually do the noodles in there now too, which I didn't know at the time.
Right, so what I did here is we've developed a whole bunch of recipes where we use frozen meats, right? Like frozen chicken breasts and so forth. Dry pasta, we do our aromatics first, in which case this is our garlic. We're adding our white wine.
This is all
and
in the
water,
cookbook.
right? This is one of the featured recipes in the cookbook. Our frozen shrimp, all of our aromatics and spices, and then we simply turn it on, okay, to the slow cook setting, and then we let this cook. It only takes 30 minutes, and it's done, and what you have when you are through is in 30 minutes, and we have 50 meals that you can make in 30 minutes or less using this technique of frozen food and the pastas.
And by the way, even with the slow cooker, you've got low and high. I want to show you just reminding you that this is a great value from QVC. It is so worth it. You've got the easy pay as well. We have the white, the black, and that cinnamon color. And let me show you the value on this one. It normally would cost you, what, $186. Our price, $159.12, but actually, with a credit card, you can order it and get it home for about $26. 52 cents, get it home in about a week's time and pay for it over the next few months. I want to say, oh, I ran out of time to say hi. I wanted to say, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, forgive me that I didn't get to your call. Let's see what you're making
here. So here is an example of how we're going to do slow cooking, but for recipes that call for browning first. So in this case, we're making a chili. We browned our meat. Now we can add our beans. Now, we can do dry beans if we want for an all-day chili, or in this case, this is one of those 30-minute meals because we have pre-cooked beans. We can actually finish our chili in just 30 minutes, but I want to show you how that setting works.
Okay.
So I'm going to come around here. Remember, we're on the skillet, and we're going to move it now all the way over to slow cook. And you can set the time low or high, however long it takes. And then when it's done, it keeps it warm, and you can move it to the buffet setting where it'll automatically keep everything warm. In fact, down here in the end, last thing to show you is we have our ribs, which we slow cooked in here, right? But which now people can come and help themselves.
It's buffet time.
Because it has a buffet setting right on the front. It keeps it perfectly warm.
Here's the thing. Once you get one, you might even want a second one. It really is that easy. And I just want to show you, do you have any hot mitts? Because this whole pan comes out for easy cleanup. It's all non-stick on that pan, so it's really super simple. You don't have to, there's nothing hard about it. All of your heating utensils on the inside, and don't forget you get 150 recipes coming with it. These are awesome. I highly recommend them. Bob, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bye. All right, stay with us because we've got Bobby Shea coming up with those amazing crab cakes. We're talking jumbo lump crab cakes, crunchy on the outside.